Pointing at the skyscraper, Tanaka asked, "What's that building?" It was strange to see such a structure inside of the Adventurers Guild. "That's one of the lodging areas for adventurers," Darlena explained, pointing to some other locations off in the distance. "There are others scattered throughout this area. A place where adventurers can rent out to stay." "Like an apartment?" Tanaka asked, her curiosity piqued about what the interiors were like. Shaking its head, Darlena said, "If you were to compare the rooms to anything, it would be like a room at a resort, more than a hotel room." Noticing that Tanaka was a little confused, it continued, "There are many benefits that come with renting out a room here. One of them being the energy level is much higher compared to where we're walking, or the rest of the underground city." Hearing the robot mention the energy levels being higher was something that Tanaka wanted to know more about. Wanting to get stronger faster, she enjoyed the idea of spending her time in an area that would boost her abilities. Some of the locations even have access to premium portals, which allow you to hunt in areas that are beneficial for your growth. Even some resources can only be accessed in these locations, so it's possible to sell them at the auction house for a significant profit. Darlena grinned at how Tanaka was so focused on what it was saying. Thinking of being able to access locations that are valuable to such an extent, a part of her wondered what was strange about the circumstances. Her eyes looked at the robot with slight suspicion. Giggling at the look that Tanaka was giving it, Darlena said, "You caught on. These sites aren't places that the average adventurer could dream of accessing. You'd have to be an elite to be able to enjoy these types of environments." "How much?" Tanaka asked. Raising an eyebrow. "To rent?" Darlena asked. Tanaka nodded. "It wouldn't be unusual for the price to start in the millions," Darlena said. Tanaka sucked in some air in surprise to hear that the rent would be above 1,000,000 guild points. It didn't help that she didn't know what a normal price for an item would cost, but she sensed that such benefits would come with a high premium. Being able to profit off of having access to portals that have valuable resources felt like it would come with a hefty price tag. Taking a deep breath, Tanaka asked, "What's an item that I could use as a reference point? I'm assuming that 1,000,000 would cost a lot, but I don't know how much effort would go into getting that." Darlena took a moment to think about the question. Well, the price of the cheapest room that could be rented out does fluctuate based on how many adventurers are inside the guild and where the underground city is located in the world. But for you, you'd be able to rent one out for 60 guild points. 60 guild points for each night? Tanaka clarified. Darlena nodded. Hearing the price, Tanaka tried to think about how much it cost to get a hotel room at the capital. If she remembered it correctly, then the cost would be lower than the 60 guild points. If you were to convert a guild point into the national currency, you get a slight profit due to the exchange rate. Darlena helped Tanaka to understand things better. And the higher end rooms start in the millions? Tanaka shook her head in disbelief. It seemed crazy in her mind.